Hey guys, second video this year. Who am I? Oh my gosh, who is this on YouTube actually posting consistently? It is me. I've turned over a new leaf and I'm so excited for this video because this is about a post that I did on Instagram recently and I got so many messages about it and I was really surprised and I was like, what? But yeah, I had loads of messages and it was a then versus now post. So it was before my business versus having my business and then obviously succeeding in my business. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Rebecca. I've been part of the network marketing industry for 6 years tomorrow. And I am here purely just to serve you, just to help any of you who are a little bit stuck in their journey, who wants to hear from someone who's relatable, who's probably been there, done that, and who's still in the trenches with you as we speak. I'm still going through a lot of the things that you guys will be going through. So I'm just here to share my experiences. If it helps just one person, I'm happy with that. Now, my then versus now post, I want to elaborate on it a little bit more just to add some context. Obviously, on an Instagram caption, there's only so much that you can say. So I wanted to really just delve into deep in terms of what the position I was in before and how it has dramatically changed my life from this incredible industry that we're a part of. And if you're in network marketing and your life hasn't changed in any way as of yet, just carry on doing what you're doing. And hopefully, this will give you some sort of inspiration. So, a little bit of background for those of you who do not know. My background prior to working in network marketing was working in the corporate world. So I was working my way up the corporate ladder. I had a really good job on paper. I was earning a good income. I was solo parenting a 2 year old at the time. And I was also working a business degree from home in my own time. And I was just massively frazzled. I was overworked, overwhelmed, all of the above. I was looking for an opportunity. I was sick of dropping my little girl off at the childminders at 6:30 in the morning, not picking her up till 7:30 in the evening. And I wanted to put myself in a position where I didn't have to do that anymore. Fast forward 2 years since signing with the company that I'm with, I was in a position where I could leave the corporate world to work on my own terms. Never ever looked back since. Now have complete time freedom. I've helped hundreds of women achieve their goals with it as well, big and small, and we are just getting started. Now, then versus now, one of the things I put on my post was about the commute in the morning. And now, obviously, I don't have a commute because I work from home. And if I do travel, it's my own choice. And you might not travel every single day, but you might be hybrid working or something like that. And it was a big thing for me. I was literally leaving the house and I was dropping my little girl off at 6:30 to get to work for 8:30. I lived in Bolton and I was working in Manchester city centre. And even though they're not far apart on the map whatsoever, it used to take me 2 hours to get there in the morning. If I didn't set off at that time, I would have been in traffic a lot longer and I would have missed my morning meeting. By the time I've got there, parked up, done everything, what I needed to do and got there, I would have been late. I used to get there at 8:30, park my car, and then I used to make it to my morning meeting for 8:45 every single day, Monday to Friday. And I was doing that from when my little girl was just 3 months old, which in the UK is just so early for a lot of mums to go back at that point. But I was so career driven and there were so many guys sniffing around my job literally at the time. They literally thought all the Christmases had come at once because I was on maternity leave. Little did they know I was coming straight back after 3 months. So anyway, I came straight back. Mum guilt every single day leaving her for all them hours. I was leaving the office at 6 and I wasn't getting back to the childminders until 7:30 in the evening. And then by the time we got back home, she was literally like going to bed. That was it. That was our routine. And oh, the guilt was phenomenal. It was not phenomenal in a good way. Like just overwhelmingly bad. Okay. And I was looking to change that, but at the same time, I was just so ambitious. I loved my job, I loved the income, and I always wanted my own business. I just couldn't put my finger on what I wanted to do or how to go about it. Found this through a friend Joined with no expectations apart from just to earn an extra few hundred here and there, because why not? I was already going on holidays and it was something I was already doing, so why would I not? And you know what mums are like. People always talk about being busy. We thrive off being busy, ladies. Let's be honest. We're always doing things. I was actually laughing today, actually. I've got a hamster for my little girl for her birthday. And who's the one looking after the hamster now? Me. After she's been moaning for a pet for ages, for years, she's been wanting a pet. Got her a pet. Has she done anything? Has she ever fed it? Give it water? Nothing. No. Who's looking after the pet? Me. And I was literally laughing with my friend earlier because I was like, why do us women just always put things on our plates? And this is exactly what I did. I couldn't put anything else on my plate, but I did put something on my plate because not only was I studying, working full time, and being a mum, I didn't have like, I was also trying to be a friend. I was trying to be a daughter. I was trying to be a sister. So, and also a partner, because at the time I was in a relationship as well with someone who I am now engaged to. And yeah, it was a lot. Anyway, what actually happened then was I put myself in a position where I could leave that corporate job. So since 2022, I've not had to do that commute every single day. And it is the best feeling knowing that I don't have to get in the car and then go and pay for parking and do whatever and then walking across the city in the cold. Before I did leave, I did change offices, so it was closer to home then, so my commute was still shorter. And it was after COVID as well, so it was like there was a bit of hybrid working and stuff, and it was a bit more flexible, but it was still crap. Like, who wants that? I had the Sunday dread going into work, and I was still leaving my little one every single day and I didn't want to. So yeah, so that's one of the things that massively changed, and it had a significant impact on not only my life but my daughter's as well. I noticed that her behaviour changed because obviously she was getting like dropped off and picked up at normal times. And I was just felt a lot more present because I was a lot less burnt out. So that was the first thing. The next thing that has massively changed for me when I reflect on it is that previously I had to spend a lot of time with people during the day who I didn't necessarily want to spend time with in the nicest possible way. Professional and all of that. No one was a bad person who I worked with. I could tolerate everyone, but you don't want to be with everyone every single day. Like there were some meetings I used to go in and I wouldn't vibe with certain people, and it was a bit catty and political, and it was just, yeah, it was just not my vibe a lot of the time. A lot of people didn't vibe with me as well, I'm sure. But in work, you're forced to be with these people, and you've got to just suck it up. Unless you're one of them trouble causers, which I obviously wasn't, you've got to suck it up. Whereas, again, in network marketing, you're finding your tribe. I know that some people are going to click on this video, click straight back off it, and be like, she's not for me. Great, I'm not for you. And we don't ever have to speak. We don't ever have to see each other. You might see me because I'm going to be consistent now, like I said, but we do not need to interact whatsoever. Yeah, there's even people who you might join or who might join you, and you don't necessarily have on the same wavelength, but they've joined someone else who is, and you don't speak. Do you know what I mean? So the good thing about our industry is that we're actually picking who we work with. I am so selective with who I work with. Like energy is everything. And sometimes you can't always tell, like when you're still like I speak to people a lot on social media, and a lot of people who I've only met recently through social media who will join my business, we don't know each other. They don't know me. I don't know them really. I get a really good understanding of the situation, what it is that they want, the goals and stuff, but we don't truly know each other until we've been working with each other consistently for quite some time. But it's having them boundaries as well and being able to be like, do you know what? I don't want to text them today, or like I'd always reply, but I don't always go out of my way because I can pick and choose where I put my energy, and it's better for them as well. But what I'm getting at is previously I didn't get to choose who I work with unless I was actually bringing someone into the business myself because I was in a senior position and I did do interviews. But apart from that, I was forced to work with certain individuals. Whereas now we can bring people into our opportunity, whoever we vibe with. Our vibe on social media is going to attract our tribe. And this is why I'm so big on just being authentic, finding your own mission, your own message, so that you're attracting the right people, but you're attracting the people who are meant for you. It's such a big difference. And then not only that, it's sideline collaborations as well. There's going to be other people who are in other teams who've got similar goals to you or a similar position or similar trick, like whatever it is that makes you gel with that person, but you don't financially benefit off each other. That's what a sideline is. And basically, you can collaborate with these people again out of choice. You don't have to. You find the people that you gel with where you're going to be able to reciprocate value to each other and you can partner up and do what you need to do. That's another thing I love about this business. It's people and it's people who we gel with. Now, previously, this is a big one, asking for time off. And I was someone previously, before working this opportunity, that I was in a position where I had autonomy at work. I had a level of autonomy. I reported directly to my MD, and it's a big company, it's still going now. It's a successful company, it's a great company. And my MD is not there anymore, either. He left after I left. But anyway, he was like obviously not bothered when I had time off because I knew how to like look after people and stuff. I was authorizing other people's holidays. And then I remember one day putting in a request um to just basically update the calendar. Went to our adherence team and they started questioning me on it. Have you had this authorized? Have you gone through the correct process? And I'm like, well, obviously I've had it authorized, but it's like not authorized, but it's authorized. It's like, hello, I run the department, like authorize it. And they was pushing back and I was like, what? Anyway, it got authorized and stuff in the end, but then I had to start going through, like they went so nitpicky, even though I could basically authorize my own holidays, it was the way it had to be done. And it was like, if for whatever reason someone somewhere said, oh no, she can't, it would have been declined. It never got declined, but it could have been. And it was annoying, had to justify, like, say why you wanted it off. What is the reason for this holiday? What has it got to do with you? Like, I'm entitled to time off and I want my time off. And it used to drive me mad. It used to drive me mad. And now I don't have to ask for time off. That is a big thing. To be able to control your life and do what you want to do without having to ask anybody is a frigging privilege, guys. And that is what can happen when you are your own boss. And there's going to be some of you who are already in the industry who are already your own boss. Like you might have a beauty business, you might be a photographer, you might already work on your own terms. Great. So you know as well how amazing it is. Well, the vast majority of people are asking, and it's like you can put yourself in a position where you don't have to. But that was another massive thing that really, really changed for me. It sounds little, but them little things, when you've been at the same company for nearly 13 years, they grind on you after a bit, don't they? That's how long I was there for, 12 and a half years before I left. Um, Next thing. Oh, this was a big one. Getting home with nothing left in the tank. So one of my things, so when I actually started to get into this business properly in terms of my travel business, into network marketing, and I understood what it was about and the comp plan and stuff, it was about 4 months in. Before I was just floating around. I had no frigging clue what I was sat on. It was the blind leading the blind. We always laugh about it. Everyone who founded Jet Set at the beginning together, we didn't have a freaking clue what we were doing. We just was like, hi, we've just sort of like decided that we're going to work together and this is what we're going to create and what we're going to do. And we didn't know how to do it, but we did it somehow. And basically, my goal when I understood this business was to create the time freedom and the flexibility in my day so I could go to the gym in the middle of the day to fill my own cup. Now, why did I want to fill my own cup? Because I felt like I was being not a very good friend at that point. I didn't feel like I was being a good family member. I didn't feel like I was being a good mum. I was massively burnt out. I was massively stressed. I was frazzled, like I said earlier. And I didn't have anything left in the tank. I was forgetting people's birthdays. When I did remember, it was always like a last minute thing on the day, like getting something really quick. Like nothing was thought out or planned. And I wanted that to change, but I knew I didn't have anything to give. I'd get home in the evening I'd be knackered. I'd still have stuff to do because I'd be studying or I'd be like building my business, but I just didn't have anything left by the end of the day. I was just like frazzled. And then it did impact everything else. It impacted my studies. It impacted me, building what I wanted to build. And again, that doesn't happen anymore. Now I bounce around. Like I am just so high on energy all of the time. And it's because again, I've got that space. If I want to go to the gym, I'll go to the gym. It's like today, I did this. Now I'm in the season of just getting up really, really early, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But like what I've been doing for weeks is going to the gym straight up to the school run at 9 a.m. and staying there for a good couple of hours and coming home and building a business. But I've switched it up now. I'm working out earlier on in the day, like before my kids even wake up, and then I'm getting straight to work at 9. But on a Monday, my cleaner comes in and I don't like disturbing her. I only ever stay here if I really have to, like if I've got calls or if one of the kids is ill or something like that. And anyway, so I spent the morning just like working from the car. When I say working, I was responding to Instagram DMs. I put up an Instagram story. That is literally what I did, my work in the car. I then listened to an audiobook for a little bit whilst I went to the supermarket. I got some bits from the supermarket that I needed, went to the pet shop, came home. By the time I'd done all of that, my cleaner had been and gone, and now I'm recording this video. And the why I'm saying that is I can pick and choose like what I do in the day. If I need to fill my cup up, I can go and get my nails done. I can go get my lashes, my brows done. I can go shopping. I can get a massage. I can just sit and I can watch something on Netflix if I want. Very rare, but I could do that if I wanted to. Now, what I can also do when I've got days where I've got loads of energy, I might just want to be a savage one day and build my business. Great. I've created that flexibility in my diary where I can do that. And this is what happens after you've been consistent for quite some time in the industry. It's not a get rich quick scheme, and I've not hit my financial goals. I hit my flexibility goals. My first goal was to quit my job to go to the gym. That has been accomplished. I don't have to work again. I will never work again. But there's other goals, obviously, that I'm striving towards. I've got my 100 Women mission where I want to create 100 legacy incomes for women. And there's many more, like hundreds and thousands of people that I want to help. There's so much more money that I want to make. I've got so many big financial goals. Only to scratch the surface. But the point is, I'm living the life that a lot of people want to live just by not having a job. Like just by not having a job and being able to like pay all my bills, have a life, still travel, have happy kids and all of that. And if I never ever worked a day in my life, again, knowing that I'll still always get paid that income and it's there forever. Okay. And then the final thing, when I did touch on this before, was about dreading Mondays. I used to get such bad, like, I don't know if I've ever really suffered with anxiety. I don't think I have, but I used to get that anxious feeling on a Sunday. I don't know if anyone else has this feeling. In fact, I know you have this feeling. And I used to really, really not enjoy it. And basically, I remember the day when I was leaving my job and I got home and I remember sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop randomly, and I was just thinking, wow, I don't actually have to go to work tomorrow. And it sounds so bizarre, but I was like, wow, I felt so light. I felt so light knowing that I didn't have to go to work the next day. It was such a weird feeling. I can't explain until someone's actually been through that experience. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, I'm free. It was such an amazing, amazing feeling, and I still feel it, but I can't articulate it. It's a bit weird. I can't articulate the feeling. You just have to achieve the feeling to know what I mean. And now, even though I don't have the commute, I don't have to be anywhere apart from the school run. I don't have set working hours. I can work as much or as little as I like. My alarm still goes off at 4:59 every day. I'm out of bed for 5 a.m. working out. Why am I doing this? Because I'm excited for frigging life. I'm not burnt out anymore. I'm bouncing out of bed in the morning, getting my steps in on my walking pad. I'm doing my Pilates. I'm doing my stretches and my yoga. I'm getting on a co-working session with my team at 6 a.m. till 7 a.m. So before my kids are even up and about and pottering around and before I'm sorting them out, I've already got majority of my steps in. I've already done some exercise. I've worked my business for an hour. Then they start getting up, usually, sometimes it can be earlier, but usually it's around 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I've got half an hour then to like do the breakfast. I give my youngest a bottle of milk. That's when I will get like ready for the day properly then. I'll do any like little house bits. We're out the house for like say 8:15, 8:30 in the morning for nursery and school. That's when my little one goes to nursery. She only goes a couple of days a week, and I think she's actually going to be coming out full time and not going back in, as well, which will be fun. But yeah, with all of that, and then from 9 o'clock, it's my free time up until 3 o'clock when it's a school run again, but I'm building. So, yeah, it was just a bit of a reflection piece, really. And just to say, for those of you who do have that as a goal, you've just got to plug yourself in, you've just got to do the work. I honestly worked so hard at the beginning because I had no skills, I had no experience, I had no influence. I was a frigging nobody. And I had to build it. And the thing what I did have was work ethic. I had work ethic, I had goals, I had resilience. And if you don't have those things, you can work on all those things. Personal development, doing the things that you say that you're going to do, following through on things, building your confidence over time. But the things that you are good at, double down, triple down on them things. Some of you are already amazing at social media. Some of you are amazing at speaking to people face to face. I was such an awkward person. I was petrified of social media. I was petrified of speaking to people face to face. Outside of my working environment, I didn't know anything else. I was there for so long. I was comfortable in work. No, outside of that, I was nervous. Nervous, nervous, nervous. My first social media lives were terrible. I was having heart palpitations. I used to have to post on my stories that I was doing them just so I hold myself accountable. And I did it because I knew that there was going to grow me as a person. I wasn't expecting to get anything from an Instagram live when I had no followers and I had no confidence and I had no posture and I had no results. It was for me because I knew I was scared of it. So I thought that's a development area. I need to lean into that feeling of like being massively out of my comfort zone. And that's all I did. And it's what I still do now. I chase feelings of discomfort. I chase feelings of discomfort in order to grow. And sometimes you can fall out of that because you just want to stay in your little comfort zone, but you don't move in your comfort zone. And I've also been there where I've been like stagnant and not done anything, not moved because I've just been doing what I was doing every single day and not changed, not grown. But you have to always be evolving and always developing all the time. So I hope that helps someone. Like I said, even if it helps one person, I've done my job, haven't I? But enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will speak to you soon.